Okay, so this is video journal number 6. This is for days 7 and 8 of the trip. I did not do a video journal yesterday because I didn't feel like yesterday's visits added enough new things for me to reflect on. So I'm combining yesterday with today. So yesterday we went to the Brittany American Cemetery, and we also went to Mont Saint Michel, which is a really ancient abbey on top of a mountain, which was awesome to see. Today we went to Utah Beach, and we went to a couple of museums. There's a museum at Utah Beach, and we also went to a museum here in Bayeux on the Battle of Normandy, and we also went to some paratrooper landing sites. So while everything else was interesting and Mont Saint Michel was amazing, visually and geographically, I want to focus today's entry on what I picked up from a couple of the museums. And that is really messages from the past. At both the Bayeux Museum and the Utah Beach Museum, there were some displays of letters or quotes from people back in World War II that I felt really resonated with me. At Bayeux, it was some quotes from General Patton about letting people figure things out for themselves and kind of breaking with convention to just do what has to be done and do what's right. I felt like that tied in a lot with my own philosophy about things. You know, I really don't like to hand feed students things. I like to make them figure it out themselves. So I thought that was pretty relevant. And then at the Utah Beach Museum, there was a letter from a Frenchman, which was written to kind of all Americans about why he felt that America helped France in World War II. And it was kind of what he felt America stood for and represented. And he kind of said, I believe America stands for freedom, and America did not enter this war selflessly. And if at some point in the future America's motives change, then that would be pretty unfortunate. So I thought that was a pretty powerful message for today's day and age, making sure that we keep our priorities right and we do things for the right reasons. So those played into my project development, and I will put that on the screen now with where I am with the product. So I've determined that I want the main product to be an interactive exhibit, a combination of physical and online. So kind of a museum exhibit that can be accessed in multiple ways, in multiple forms, in multiple places. I've decided that I want each class to work on one event together. I feel like what I'm putting together is way too ambitious for one student or a group of students to do by themselves. So each class is going to have to pick a topic to work on together to create their museum. I'm also identifying key questions that students are going to have to be able to investigate in order to do this successfully. So you see those listed. Those might be modified down the road, but that's my first shot at what kinds of things they'll be needing to know. And then I'm also starting to put together a list of skill lessons that students will need to be able to do this successfully. Probably the biggest one that they have the least experience with is going to be interviewing. So in order to get quotes, stories, learn about artifacts from people who were there or experienced the event, they're going to have to know how to pull things out in an interview effectively. So interview techniques is going to be a big one. Technology instruction on certain things will be important too. That changes all the time. And these other things will be pretty important as well. So the project is starting to come together. I'm still looking forward to whatever ideas come to me from the remaining tours and places on the trip. But I think I have enough now to begin putting some solid things together on this project. So that's where I am. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.